And welcome back to TheNosePlays Sunless Sea Zubmariner, part 10 of our Zubmarine series. We've got quite a few hours into this game already. I've already unlocked two of the most important legacies that I wanted to do in the early game. But we're not ready to end our game just yet. We're actually just now making quite a few echoes, and I think it's time to maybe upgrade our ship. We definitely have the echoes to do a minor upgrade, or we could try one of the quest upgrades. I'm very tempted to attempt one of the quest upgrades at this point. With the amount of money that we have, we should be able to do quite well with one of the other ships. Also, the fact that we have a Scion means that we get to pick one extra legacy. You always get to pick one legacy when you die or end your game, but we get to pick two. So, but we have almost 7,000 echoes at this point. Do keep in mind that 1,000 of the echoes in our possession belong to the Blind Bruiser, I believe, and we're heading to Polytheme to clear that, pick up that item, and get it back to London at some point. Not sure what we want to do here. Taste the tether. I think we did this, but if we didn't, we should probably go ahead and do it now. Or we did do this, I think, but we don't have, we don't have the properties. So we need to collect scrap, which means we're going to have to go racking, whatever they call it. Don the bone, lift the cup, grasp the knife, leave the sanctum. We also have a quest to bring some of the tether to somebody else. You have to click this in order to get the shops to open up. Foxfire candles for 2 devil bones dice. Interesting. Foxfire candles purchase for 40 echoes in London. Devil bone dice sell for a little bit more than that elsewhere. But what I'm really interested in is our hold capacity and our fuel. So we currently have 4 fuel and 8 supplies, 1 checkered character. We need to make it to Port Cecil and also to Polytheme. So these are on the same area. We were going to possibly head straight across, then I can buy cheap fuel here. 4 fuel should be enough. But maybe if we go to Shimshander first, I believe we could buy fuel in Shimshander as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We can uncover a good portion of this uncovered area here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay to get to Shimshander where we can buy cheaper fuel. Alright, so the question is, do we want to run on the surface? I think we probably do. So we need to get to Shimshander. Terror's pretty good at this point, so I'm going to run lights out just to conserve the fuel that we do have. See if we can't uncover some of these tiles here. Don't necessarily need to get all of them. Alright. We'll go underwater and avoid this frigate. Here's one of those jet streams. Maybe we can get in here and move a little faster. Nope. Wrong direction. They do change direction from time to time, I believe. Shimmy, shim, shimmy, shim, shim, shim. We will not want to go into Shimshander. But we could go to the shops, and this is where we can buy the lamentable relics, which I need 3 more of, and fuel for 10, which we need several of. We can also sell an unread lock here. We could buy mutter salt with carboy of primordial shrieks. That's interesting. And then supplies buy for 23 here, but only sell for 5. Let's get back to 10 fuel. I'll buy 11. And do we want to grab some port reports while we're over here? Well, we need to go north because I need to go to Port Cecil. But we could grab the Sea of Lilies port report real quick and then bounce to Daunt, Godfell. I forgot Polytherium in between there. If we're not planning on coming back this way, I guess we probably should. We're good on supplies for now. But if I wanted to, I could really stock up on supplies by going to the Melton Islands, Fathom King's Hold, Aestival, and the Unterzee. We could do just a little loop here, but we would have to buy more fuel. Maybe we should. We have a lot of cargo space. The free supplies will pay for the fuel. So then down to the melting isles. Is 10 fuel enough, 11 fuel enough to make this loop? Probably is. Especially if we run mostly lights off. And in addition to that, maybe we pick up some fuel at the Fathom King's Hold. Go stock up on a bunch of supplies. Swallowing Isles. Oh, yes, let's go uncover that, whatever that is. I think we marked that on our map before. Just some fragments, more than likely. Ooh, an angler crab. That one's a blue one. I don't think there's any real difference. Okay, we might be able to pick up another passenger, but I'm not sure about that. I think if we already have a passenger, it won't let us grab another one. Alright, so we got one supply from that, and we can gather more supplies, this will give us a couple more. Yeah, there's no passenger option available this time, since we're already carrying one. And there's no shops here, so... Okay, so we'll take this to the Fathom King's Hold. And then to the Empire of Hands, Aestival, Untershroom, and Nook. That only took 1 fuel to get this far, so... But if we can pull this off, then I can probably uncover the top end of the map and get to Irem. We don't have the coffee to get in, but at least we can get it uncovered maybe. I really do like how much more fuel efficient our ship is. That was pretty dicey with those more powerful engines. And that is the one thing that I am worried about. Upgrading our ship will potentially cost us more fuel. And significantly more fuel. We could probably pick up some Scintillac here. You can usually grab Scintillac at the Fathom King's Hold. And it's generally pretty safe to do, if I'm not mistaken. Lost a Z story. Ask a boon. 5 fuel. Now I'm not worried about fuel any longer. I don't think we'll permit shore leave. Maybe. Last time we did, we gained terror, if I'm not mistaken. We also gained fragments and something else. Memory of a distant shore. Okay. Well, we won't need to do that again. There may actually be different options. But 13 fuel can definitely help us get this loop completed. And then from here, we'll go to polytherine. And let's think. Do we really want to go to the Empire of Hands? Or can I just go straight to Estival and uncover this area in between? The Empire of Hands is worth a port. We did get supplies there, but they were... We got one supply for 20. It wasn't very productive. I think we're going to skip it. I think we're going to uncover more of the map instead. Let's see if we can't find something up here. This is a spot where maybe it's a good idea to dive. Let's see if we can't find something underwater. I did see an abyss over here. Yeah, that one's already been marked on the map. So these little symbols are like abysses, deep holes, and there's actually things you can do there with your submarine. We're not going to go to that one right now. There's actually a fairly lengthy quest that will net you a legacy if you complete it, although it also ends your game. But many of the legacies that you earn will actually end your game. But they make your next playthrough a little bit more challenging. They're like alternative win conditions, essentially. Some of them are more gruesome than others. Interesting. Where does this take us? Let's see which way it's traveling. Oh, that's the way we want to go. Happy little stingrays. We won't be attacking anything underwater. So we have a much better ship. Okay. Estival. This should net us a fair number of supplies. Once we are restocked, resupplied, gather supplies, 10, and 1 crew member lost. So we'll want to be careful not to lose too many more crew. Compile a port report. No shops here, obviously, but free supplies every time we come by here. I guess the question now is, I definitely need to hit polythene, but we have the supplies to do some scouting. So instead of going back to the Unterzee, I could head north and uncover more of this area, and then in the process maybe hit Nuncio to polythene in that direction. We definitely have the fuel to do that, so let's get scouting. New stuff on the horizon. There's something underwater to the northeast. Northeast. Interesting. Okay. Let's head northeast. it's a good thing we dived when we did. We would have been right on top of it. Okay. A giant turtle. Hideaway. On the back of a gigantic beast live exiles from every corner of the Neath. Here gather the traitors, heretics, artists, fools, and the too honest. Despite possessing a range of radically different ideologies, these outcasts live together peacefully. Explore the city. It's not a turtle, it's a crab. Most hideaway dwellers toil to strengthen their city against the Z's crushing weight. Those that don't instead prepare for the night's festival, and all without a word spoken aloud. If they need to communicate, the people of Hideaway rely on a strict system of acutely formal gestures. Buy a memento from the slow-blinking vendor, a matter of luck. Drop off an impolite investigator. This is where he requested you to bring him. Yes, let's do that. The impolite investigator grins as he disembarks. As soon as he's exited your ship, he spots a small, ancient man, the sprightly visionary. The investigator rushes over to him and shakes his hand while unleashing a barrage of questions. What's your name? Reason for exile? How's the food? The visionary writes a message in the notebook chained to his wrist. He presents it to you both. Welcome. Sorry. Must run. You need to register yourself. Go straight ahead. Advice? No questions. Befriend Temtum. Good day. Okay. Where do they store their goods? Deliver a scholar of lost causes. The bandaged scholar surveys the miserable crowd with an open disdain. Yes, these should suffice. The last you see of the scholar, he's trying to get an artist to answer his questions, and shaking in frustration. A crowd seems to be closing around him. You've lost one, Shimshamder, a scholar of lost causes. You've gained 100 echoes. A scholar of histories hasn't changed, because it's higher than 25. Okay, so we've got 2 of our quests done. It looks like we can check on the investigator. Let's see, what about the trade goods? Visit the shops tab. They do not have much to offer, but maybe you'll find something of interest. Ah. This is where you buy the strange catch. Okay, so we have several quests that require a strange catch. We could buy a bunch of them now, since we do have the money to do so. Hull space is a little bit suspect, but it should be okay. So, let's think about this for a second. If I go to my journal, I have a lot of things going on. She needed several ingredients, one of which was a strange catch, I believe. We can check that. Yes, she needed a strange catch, a Blemigan, a Solus fruit, and a Muttersons. We could buy a strange catch for her, but we would still have to get the Blemigan and the Muttersons. The Blemigan's actually fairly close to us, since we're on this side of the map, near the Unterzee. But the other thing that I was more interested in was... I think it was the Venture, yes. He wanted 7 strange catches or 7 trophies. So if we buy 7 of these, and and then I can get one extra. There was somewhere else that strange catches were being used, but is... Oh, I could also get mutter salt here for sapphires. 2 mutter salt for 1 sapphire isn't a bad deal. Mutter salts are kind of expensive otherwise. But yeah, we'll go ahead and buy the 8 strange catches we know we need for now. I could buy 9 just to give 1 to the whatchamacallit, the scholar. She needed 1 as well. And then there's also an item you can build in your study, but I can't remember if one of them was built from strange catches or I think it's hunting trophies. I'll buy 1 more just so we can give 1 to the scholar and improve our relationship with them as well. That should be good. Let's go back to Hideaway and see if there's anything else we want to do. Aid the sprightly visionary. A small man with liver spots on his head and wispy white hairs on his chin is struggling to roll a wheel of heavy cabling. Let's help him. Together, you roll the wheel through Hideaway. You pass women lugging blowtorches and bags of cement, and men trying to smile as they put on diving suits. Eventually, you pass through an iron gate to a workroom. At the room's center is a deep pit. A large electrical alternator looms against the back wall. The visionary plugs the cable into the alternator and slowly feeds the rest down into the pit. When finished, he writes a short message in the notebook chained to his wrist. Thank you. Usual helps working on faulty line. May need you in the future. He hands you a note. He looks up, revealing his neck. It's one huge scar. That would be why he can't talk. Okay, join the festival. Though you do not reside in Hideaway, the people of the city will allow you to participate in their festivals, if you aid in the preparation of them. But they don't like trespassers learning their customs. Festivals will become increasingly costly to attend. The silent reel, the hour of our reflection, the rainbowing. Unlock with 1 supply. We have plenty of supplies. Throughout the night, the people will dance. There will be no music, nor any obligation to conform to a particular style. The festival has begun. You've lost 1 supply. You are participating in the silent reel. A high lattice has been constructed over the festival square. It holds dozens of filament bulbs. A spool has been suspended in the center of the square. It is wound with a dull puce ribbon. When the ribbon is entirely unwound, the festival will end. Dance. The master of dance holds the ribbon in his teeth. He is dancing through the crowd. Leave the festival early. You're a visitor. Surely they won't mind if you decline to participate. We'll dance. You've gained 1 terror and 1 memory of a distant shore. The master claps his hands at a shuffling dancer. The shuffler gives a smile, but his eyes fill with hate. He bites a section of ribbon, fixing it between his teeth, and joins the master's dance. Keep dancing or leave the festival early. How long has it been? The master of the dance has obliged more to bite onto the ribbon, but he still has many left to claim. I'm not sure we want to continue doing this. Let's go ahead and leave early. No one tries to stop you. Most merely clear their throats and look away, feigning distraction. The few who do look directly at you scowl, but a few offer half smiles. I know, they seem to say. We all know. It will be more difficult to participate in the festivals of Hideaway for a while. You've gained 10 fragments. You've lost 3 terror. Alright. Buy a memento from the slow-blinking vendor. She touches her lips and tilts her back head. Her finger travels down her throat to her belly, which she pats. That'll be the trade. Goods for food. A matter of luck. It could go either way. We don't have a high hunger quality. But I guess we'll see what we get. Oh, a strange catch. You were unlucky. Better luck next time. Okay. Well, we could do this again and again if we wanted to try, but I think it's probably best to just leave. We have plenty of stuff at this point. So it's time to head out. Ow. Alright. Traveling next to the crab does not actually give us the green bar for terror. It's kind of unfortunate. There's a rock above our heads. Let's see what it is. Oh. Spider rock. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the creepier places to visit. But this is also a place where you can get spider silk. Scuttering reaches. Prepare for the festival of silk. Intricate webs stretch into a darkness where the shadows are never entirely still. Gossamer threads stolen by the breeze tickle the goosebumps of your skin. 1,000 unsee's eyes promise 1,000,000 more. Bring light into the darkness. A high-risk challenge. The sorrow spiders avoid the candlelight, but not out of any sense of fear. Though far from tolerant of outsiders, they care little enough for their abandoned webs to turn a blind eye to at least a little scavenging up to a point. So you can go in there and scavenge with bolts of spider silk, try to grab them, but you need foxfire candles. We could do it without candles, but it's much riskier, and both have a chance of losing crew. You can see, I guess it's not a lot riskier. At least not with our current situation. You can buy supplies here. There is a little supply store, harbor provisions, but also this, the Haunted Doctor. Increases hearts and pages. He's free, so we should go ahead and pick him up. And see what else. Trade supplies for silk. Unlock with 2 supplies. Compile a port report. We don't have any wine. A delivery of trinkets. An almost entirely legitimate silk trader urgently requests your help with a delivery to Fallen London. Sure. Assist with the festival preparations. Meet with the emissary of spiders. Perhaps we can do that next time. It looks like we'll need to bring at least 2 wine every time we come out here if we want a port report from both Nook and from this place. Good to know. Alright. Khan's Shadow is near, Nuncio is near, and Polytheme is near. We really need to head to Polytheme. I could also swing around to the Untershroom and then head back up to Polytheme, since we needed to get a docile Blemigan for the brisk campaigner, or whatever her name was. The one doctor that's ill. So do we head to Nuncio first? Or do I just go straight to the Untershroom? I guess we'll head to Nuncio. This way you can see the little spiders crawling around along the webs. Turn that home. Yeah. This is actually kind of nice, even though it is a little creepy, because you can keep your terror down by traveling along the shoreline. And with so many rocks, there's lots of opportunity to do that. So from here to Nuncio, it should be a pretty quick trip. We'll just assemble a port report. We won't be buying goods here. And then from here, we can hit the Untershroom or Polytheme. Let's go to the Untershroom first. Get our Blemigans. Then we'll head to Polytheme. Savior's Rocks. Good to know where all these things are. A little bit further over. And let's go ahead and go down in our sub. See if there's anything below us that we've missed. Oh, that's just Nook. The place we can't go at the moment. No wine. Something over here. That's not dangerous for once. One supply. Let's see which way this current is flowing. Not the way we want to go. Oh dear. A boundling. No! Don't hit me! Ooh, he missed. Some enemies can actually travel below the surface and chase you, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these things aren't super duper dangerous. But we don't have a lot of crew and we don't have a lot of hull in this particular ship, so I'm a little leery to get into fights with things, even if we could beat them. Ah. Trade a strange catch for a live specimen. Yes. I will do that. We definitely need a live specimen. And we have plenty of strange catch. I don't have a firkin of prisoner's honey for more blemikins. So that's unfortunate. Which means it looks like we're not going to be able to get the blemikins that we need. So 1 firkin of honey and 2 wine to head out this way is going to be important. Let's try to encourage him again. Yeah, we got the same response as last time. Okay, well, I don't suppose that was as valuable as I hoped it would be, so off to Polytherium, and then we can resupply in Daunt. Our terror is starting to get higher than I would like it to be. Let's try to get as much of this uncovered as possible. I don't see the enemy that saw us. Where's it at? Yeah. Not over there. Oh, there it is. It's stuck on that. Connate. There we go. And my light's over here for a second. Alright, cool. We should be good now. Alright, to Polytherium, and then to Daunt. Gather intelligence. Collect the Cherryman's cargo. Carry Clayman to London. No shore leave for us. And nothing here. Alright. Godfall and Daunt. No matter which way we go around, not really. Alright, so it's just off the edge of this rock here. Daunt. An impossible challenge. Look, make no commitments. Ask a drowndie for the latest news. Okay, nothing there. Grab our port report, I guess. And here we can buy fuel for 10, which we should. Parabola linen sells for 66 here, which is also a good price. That's all the fuel I can fit in my cargo at the moment. So we're off to Godfell. Just a port report here, since we don't have any wine to sell. And on our way to Port Cecil, where we do have a passenger to deliver. We're gonna have to take this guy down. Two more shots should do it. He's shooting flares. Flares basically light up your ship and make you easier to hit. Alright, crippled and broken, already feeding Z's endless hunger. Little remains of the ship, but scraps of sinking cargo and a few buoyant parts of its splintered carcass. Investigate the wreckage or leave the wreckage. We will investigate the wreckage. Captain, quick, over the port side. Ah, we found her again. Rescue the pirate poet. Have an officer rescue her. They can bring you her freedom price. You have more important matters to attend to. Or rescue her once again. You are victorious. I'm going to do this one again. We did this one the first time, and I got 400 echoes. I want to see if there's anything different. If it's not different, then the next time we'll probably pick the officer one. Ah, a cask of mushroom wine. That's actually helpful. I didn't remember that, but it looks like it's the same one. Gracious in defeat. The pirate poet hauls herself up the rope, nodding her gratitude to the crew. Another battle well fought, Captain, she grunts. Few earn a second verse. Along with her freedom price, she presents a cask of wine, saved from sinking vessel by her own mighty arms. They say it is a fine vintage. My men were saving it to toast our victory against you. Perhaps you would join me in a drink to them. An occurrence. Okay, so this is different. That's interesting. 400 echoes in a cask. Well, I don't really want to go back to the Unterzee, so we'll just keep this wine for next time. Both Nook and the Unterzee are kind of far away. But that will be one less wine we'll have to purchase. It also means that we have one less cargo space, which is kind of annoying. Turning on lights in the fog doesn't help, so we'll just have to run without lights on. At least until we get out of the fog. Are we? No. Fog makes your sailors a little bit scared, regardless of lighting conditions. Alright, poor Cecil. Drop this dude off for 100 clean echoes. Gather Scintillac. I just got one. Well, that's unfortunate. One Scintillac is better than no Scintillac, but... Alright, we've got 6 fuel. 6 fuel should get us pretty far. From where we are... Probably makes sense to head to Demew, and then up to the Chapel of Lights, and then to Mount Palmerston to resupply and refuel. Let's check our hold. How many slots do we have? 3? So I'm only going to be able to grab a few, but my terror is such that I might be able to pull that off. So if we can get to Demew without gaining too much terror, I just need to get 3 supplies from there. Alright. Let's give it a try. Need to get past this eel before I can really turn my lights on. Alright, he's turning away. He shouldn't be able to catch up with us at this point. Alright, so from here, the fastest way is straight across using the lights. Alright, the Fungine Station T with the factor will drop 2 terror and give us 1 supply. A port report, and we can do this a couple of times. 1, and that might be it. Nope, we have exactly 50. We can do this once more. Alright, and now it's locked. So we got 2 supplies. We'll head to the Chapel of Lights, Mount Palmerston, Codex Wither, Venderbite, and on down, I believe, is the path that I want to take. Is there anything in Anthe? We could go to Mount Palmerston, Anthe, Shepherd Isles, Abbey Rock, Venderbite. I think I'll decide once I get there. The other option is to just go to Anthe and then Mount Palmerston instead of the Chapel of Lights. But I think we have the fuel. Yeah. 5 fuel, we can get to Palmerston. Even running with lights on occasionally. Ooh. I don't really want to fight him. keeps coming towards me, though. Yeah, he's forcing my hand here a little bit. I think we can outrun him. He's not very fast. And because he's not very fast, he set us off course, though, so I guess we are going to go to Andy. That solves that dilemma. Terror is above 50 now, so the constant companion is going to be a problem. He'll start to travel towards us wherever he's at on the map. And the higher your terror is, the more likely he finds you. Not exactly sure how that works, but that's basically the way I understand it. Gather a port report. Check the shops. Nothing that we want to do here. Palmerston it is. Not sure why I don't see the dock. Usually the docks show up. That's curious. We'll go up here. This just gives us terror, but it also gives us fragments. Port report. We definitely could do this. An intriguing snippet. You were unlucky. Let's try again. Ooh, an outlandish artifact. You've gained 10 terror and 3 lamentable relics. Okay. I'm not in the position to do that again. Not with our terror as high as it is. We really need to find somewhere to remove terror. Vendor Bite is probably the best chance to do that, so we'll head straight that direction. We'll probably go to Codex and Wither then. And then down to Vendor Bite, taking the coast to avoid terror accumulation. Because we have to keep our terror under control or we're going to lose crew and possibly engine power. So how much fuel do I need? Let's say like 1, 2, 4 fuel to get to Vendor Bite. 5 fuel gets us to London. 10 fuel would be nice if we want to run lights on. That should be good. Also, I kind of need to sell my supplies. The best place to sell supplies is Rack. So I could go to the Shepherd Isles, to Abbey Rock, to the Salt Lions, to Rack. To Mutton Island, to London. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I could take 12 fuel with me. And we could do that, sell the supplies, and then go to London and restock on fuel. The thing is, if I go to London with the supplies that I have, I'm not going to be able to sell them for a profit in London. And I'm not going to be able to turn in my port reports because I'm not going to have the cargo space to do so. We're going to have a lot of port reports. We'll probably get over 20 fuel for this. Alright, let's try it. Let's try to go south and avoid terror as much as possible. I'm actually going to risk running my engines hot. We could lose crew in this endeavor, but it's the fastest way to get across this very long stretch. Without gaining terror. It does consume a lot of fuel, but you can see we made it to the Shepherd Isles and we didn't gain a lot of terror. And now I can just juggle my lights on every couple seconds. Just to keep the terror accumulation from growing. Alright, compiling port reports. In the blink light of the false stars, surface rolling like a porridge pot. Up with a roar of steam and a flash of fire, 3 windows swim in tentacles, and then we saw His Highness. There is rather a lot of material. Also, I did not buy the extra 2 fuel that I intended to before we left. So that's another reason why we want to run lights off as much as possible. Oh, you stinker. Well, that sucks. Compile a port report. This does not help us much. Alright, to Station 3. I don't think we can get into Station 3. We don't have a long box, and nothing has changed for us in terms of that, so maybe we just take Abbey Rock down to the Salt Lions, and then to Rack. Okay, pick over the encampment. Nothing but fragments. Port. Done. We have 6 fuel left. Man, there are a lot of enemies over here. This is what I did not want to have happen. Alright, we will shoot her dead. We've lost 2 crew. And I'm going to immediately dive so this guy doesn't kill me. Oh boy. Risky business. Sailing the Unterzee. We could eliminate some of these risks by running with more crew. In order to do that, we would have to give up engine power and not run VR Clay. Or, you know, get a bigger ship. Alright, we left from Rack, so we finally made our loop. What can we do here? Well, first I want to buy 1 firkin of honey. A supply is cheaper than buying a firkin of honey elsewhere, which we need for the Blemigans in the future. Then I'm going to sell 3... What's our hunger at? Yeah, I better keep at least 4 supplies for now. And then to Mutton Island. Oh dear. Yep, there he is. There he is. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Alright. So yeah, when your terror gets high, he comes and click it. I do not like that thing. It creeps me out. We probably could have done this with 2 supplies. There's very likely a couple of crabs over here. And we've lost crew, so that's something else I didn't think of. We just don't gain like we used to. Where's the port report? You must already have one for here. Visit the hilltop. Lost 5 terror. That's good. Drinks. Why not? Alright. The last thing is to pick up a wretched Mog. And with 3 supplies. No need for that. Is he gonna come over here? Okay. Butcher it. 46 hunger, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's head over here real quick. Yeah, I don't have that, so... Off we go to London. I'm sure we hit Low Barnet on our way out, right? Yeah, we'll head into port with 2 fuel. Alright, hand over the cargo. You were paid 200 echoes, 3 fuel, 1 supply. Also, we have nothing to hide. We do not have any of these cargo items anymore. Reduce our terror to 50, collect our messages. He's offering us another one. This time... Where are we going? Here's the money, don't lose it. Now bring the package back here, and it is my hearty recommendation that you avoid the ungentleman attritions of the excise. On account of if you return without the package, it is of no interest to my patron whether you have lost it or had it taken from you. Good luck. Where are we going? Polytherium again. Okay. Let's go to London and sell the claimant, create some space and earn some echoes. Let's visit the Rose Market real quick. What do we have here? Ooh. A dauntless temperance campaigner is purchasing live specimens. Might have to do that. I wanted to go to the Alarming Scholar and give her one of these, because we hadn't done that yet. So we're now up to 9 for her. We have some extra lamentable relics. I could give her one of these as well. Yeah, we've already given her one of those, so that doesn't help. I couldn't remember. The Brass Embassy has nothing for us, but the Venture needs 7 strange catches, which we now have for him. That's worth 500 echoes. So we spent something like 250 echoes on those, and we got 500 back. Also, we've added an objective for him. He wants new things now. He wants Stygian ivory or casks of sapphires. Each time you get 2 choices. If you turn one in, obviously he will not take the other option. So you generally get pretty good rewards for them. These are obviously easier to collect, but the reward will be bigger if you collect this one, I would imagine. Okay, we had a few other things going on here. We had this trinkets that we had to send. The man waiting is not a cultist. He is just an ordinary citizen wearing a silken blindfold. In a few years, perhaps everyone will be wearing them. Deliver the trinkets to the waiting man. Still firmly sealed crate of what are absolutely not sorrow spider eggs. Well, that's a relief. Or maybe you were just lucky. Either way, they made it, and so did you. You got 100 echoes. Someone else's problem now. Alright. Making that money. Let's visit our lodgings and spend some time with the fam. Lose some terror. That puts us down to 30. Read the paper. Visit our study. And in our study, we can now craft this. Ooh, we can only do one of these. This costs 7 secrets to do as well. We do have the live specimen. We could do that for more mirrors. The monstrous almanac. We're 1 away from this, but we'll need 7 more secrets to do that as well. Oh, we did have one for this. Whispering trophy. Okay. Alright, well what we're going to do then is we are going to craft this one. 7 lamentable relics, 7 secrets gone, 7 new irons, and we now have a nice little item. And then we're going to go back to the Rose Wharf and sell this specimen here. 150 echoes. I never did like to see anything locked up. She searches her purse for payment. As 2 of her burlier supporters heft the cage, the thing inside is remarkably still. The dauntless temperance campaigner hands over the feed and pats the cage. Come now, dearie, let's get you out of here. She comes here to protest against the shadow puppet production of the honey harvest. But she's also known to buy caged specimens. Okay. Well, that made us a little bit more money. What else do we need to do? I guess just talk to the dark spectacled man. And we're still holding on to strategic information. I'll need to check and see where the next one is. Oh, actually, I need to talk to Mangrove College. Cool. Once we have 2 of those, we can turn them into the vital intelligence. Alright, let's submit our port reports. Let me check my hold space here before I get too crazy. So we have 24 available spots. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one doesn't count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Did I do that right? 17 it is. So we had a total of 18 port reports that gave us fuel, which should put us up to close to the amount we need to run up to Vienna again. Also, we have a handful of other things. 2 strange catches. What value do they have, if any? Equips to the auxiliary slot. So, the anatomical cabinet can be sold. It might even be sold in Low Barnet. It's somewhere nearby, I'm pretty sure. It only sells for 100, but it frees up a cargo slot if you're not going to use it. As long as you are using We Are Clay, you get 250 engine power and 5 irons. It also reduces your quarters capacity, which is sometimes helpful. And sometimes not. So it's a really good item. But 7 irons is nothing to sneeze at. We could get our 300 money back from this by selling it in London. Who else? Does she buy Scintillac? I don't think she does. Okay. Let's talk to this girl. Oh, we can't. We must already have our spy agent quality or whatever. So we'll need to head south to Port Carnelian, which is kind of on our agenda because we need to buy coffee again. Alright, well, we're at 9,000 echoes. So 9,000 echoes is actually enough to buy the Caliga class merchant vessel. And this is 9,000 clean. Or no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's 8,000. Because we did take on another Blind Bruiser quest to Polythene. So we have 8,690. We could get very close to 9,000 even. That's still enough to buy this ship if we really, really wanted to. The ship is very difficult to use if you don't have good trade routes, though, and a hefty supply of cash. I would highly, highly recommend having a serious stash of money on top of whatever you have here. So I don't think we have enough stockpiled, as silly as that sounds, to get into this ship. However, we could get into this ship. And this ship is actually a pretty modest but good upgrade from the Steam class cruiser. If you are comfortable sailing this, you should be pretty comfortable sailing this. The key advantages to this ship are the hull capacity and the increased crew quarters and irons, as well as a forward weapon slot. So those are the big upgrades. The downside is the crew quarters does consume more, and the weight is double, so you're going to need more powerful engines to travel at the same speed that you're used to traveling at with this ship. In other words, if we just switch the engines we have into this ship in our current state, we will travel slower than we're used to traveling. There's a formula to figure all of those details out that people have played around with in spreadsheets. It's significant, but it's not terribly significant. The thing is, it will affect you one way or the other. So either you get more engine power and you travel faster, but at the same time you burn more fuel, or you keep your same engine power, you travel slower, and you gain more terror and go through supplies more quickly between stops. So it is just, in general, a more expensive ship to run than this one, but with no extra hull capacity. The thing is, with 200 hull, you definitely can take some bumps, and so you can be a little bit more reckless with your engaging of various sea critters. And some of the sea critters actually have really, really good rewards. Also, the forward gun makes it so that you can actually shoot things pretty quickly, because you'll have two different weapons that will be charging at any given time, and the forward weapons are very, very powerful. Especially if you get the torpedo ones, although those ones do cost a significant amount of money. I'm actually not going to buy it on camera today. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video for now, but I am going to give people who watch this one an opportunity to pitch me what they think we should do. So we have the option of buying the forward class corvette. We could try the Caligo class merchant, but we're going to be a little bit light on supplies, or on echoes, essentially. So even though we can get this ship, we may not have the money to buy all of the goods we need to fill up the inventory to make money traveling with it. This ship has 300 hull capacity and 5,000 weight, so it's very, very slow, and 30 crew quarters. I believe when you buy a ship, you start with the full crew quarters, so you get the crew with the ship, and that can be problematic, especially if you don't have a lot of supplies on hand. Like in our situation, we have 1 or 2 supplies left. We have 4. But those 4 supplies, if we tried to set out to go buy supplies elsewhere, we would run out of supplies so fast. It's not even funny with 30 crew compared to the 7 that we're used to running. And then the other final option is we have the Clattery Heir, and we could start pursuing her quest instead of buying one of these other ships. If you're going to pursue her quest to get her ship, it's a very good ship, but it also has similar problems where it's a heavy ship, it has a fair number of crew, but it also has more cargo slots, and the extra cargo slots are what are truly valuable on that ship. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you think, which ship should we upgrade to. But I'm at a position now where I think the forward class Corvette is probably reasonable. It's only going to cost us 3,000 Echo. That means we're still going to have about 6,000 in reserves that we can use to buy new weapons for it, buy new engines for it, and upgrade anything else that we might need to upgrade on it. So let me know, and we will continue this one next time. This will be a short episode today. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Oh, before I forget, let's go ahead and do that too. I need to hire more crew. So let's go ahead and do this and see if we get lucky. I did. I got 3 crew for 30 Echoes. Not bad at all. Hopefully I can do something to save the game. Maybe we go back to our lodgings for another night. Actually, I think we need to do this. We don't have any restful nights, do we? Oh, where do I see my restful nights? Thought they were here. Still have the Hunter's Eye. We do have 3 restful nights. Well, I'll go ahead and do it anyways. That'll drop us 15 terror, and that will save the game so that I don't come back and forget to buy crew. Actually, that might have been unnecessary. If we do end up buying the forward class ship, we would have gotten the crew replaced for free anyways. So, oh well. Either way, we're in pretty good shape. We're approaching 10,000 Echoes. Our next trip around the sea should get us above 10,000 if we do a profitable trip. And possibly move us forward in some of the stories. So, until next time, this has been TheNosePlays, and you guys have a wonderful day.